I never believed in bad vibes until I stayed in that house. It was a temporary rental, one of those short-term leases people take while waiting on renovations. My parents had just bought a fixer-upper across town, and while we waited for it to be livable, we moved into this odd little bungalow tucked behind overgrown hedges and a crooked wooden fence. It looked abandoned from the street. My mom thought it had charm. I thought it smelled like dust and memories that didn't belong to us. The house had 2 bedrooms, so I took the one farther down the hall. At first, I was glad for the privacy, until I started noticing things. At night, there were sounds in the walls. Not like rats or creaks or plumbing, these were human sounds. Coughs. Shifts. Breaths. The first night I thought it was coming from the bathroom pipes. The second night, it felt like it was coming from inside the vent above my bed. Now, this vent wasn't some high-up ceiling unit. It was an old metal grate set into the wall, about head level. Too high to see into, too low to ignore. I kept telling myself it was just airflow, or echoes, or imagination. But on the third night, something changed. I was dozing off, lights off, earbuds in. I pulled them out when I heard what sounded like whispering. Not in the room, from the vent. And not just whispering. Breathing. Steady, watching breathing. I flipped on the light. There was nothing. Of course there was nothing. But the vent, the slats looked like eyes. And suddenly I was frozen, staring at it, daring it to move. To blink. To prove me right. Eventually, I turned on a podcast to distract myself. Left the lights on. Didn't sleep. By day, the house felt less menacing. But only just. Something was off. It always felt like someone had just left a room, or was waiting for you to enter. My mom brushed it off. My dad worked late. It was just me, this weird house, and that vent. I finally got the courage to get close to it. I dragged a chair from the kitchen. Stood up. Peered in. Darkness. Deep, black metal. And then, a flicker. Not a shadow. A glint. Like something moist caught the light. Like an eye. Watching. I fell back off the chair. There was a crash, but nothing else. No one came running. No voice called to check. Just silence. Like the house didn't care. That night, I dragged my mattress into the hallway. I didn't want to sleep near that vent. I curled up with a blanket and tried to explain it away, again. Just the dark. Just air. Just an old house. Until about 3:12 a.m. I woke up to the feeling that someone was near me. I opened my eyes. Nothing. But then I noticed the door to my room, cracked open. I'd closed it. I was sure I had. And then, something even worse. The sound. A scrape. Metal against metal. From inside the room. From the vent. And then, the voice. A slow, raspy whisper. "Where'd you go?" I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. I was frozen in my hallway mattress like a trapped animal. And then, like nothing had happened, the sound stopped. I sat there until sunrise. No one else woke up. When I told my mom the next day, she laughed and said I had a wild imagination. My dad told me to stop watching scary videos at night. So I did what no one else would, I investigated. I waited until they left for the day. I grabbed a flashlight, unscrewed the vent cover, and peered inside. It wasn't just a vent. Behind it was an old crawlspace. Narrow. Deep. Long. I crawled in. I still don't know why. Maybe I needed to prove something. About 5 feet in, I found a crumpled blanket. An old soda can. A single shoe. Someone had been living in there. I turned around so fast I scraped my knees. I sealed the vent back up and dragged my mattress back into the hallway for one more night. We were moving into the new house in just a few days. I told myself I could last. That night, nothing happened. No breathing. No scraping. No whisper. I thought maybe whoever it was had left. Maybe they heard me. Maybe I scared them. But the next morning, just as we were packing up, I found something on my pillow. A note. Scratched into cardboard. I liked watching you sleep. I took it to my mom. She finally panicked. My dad called the cops. But of course, by the time they got there, the crawlspace was empty. The vent was clean. Whoever it was, they were gone. No fingerprints. No evidence. Just the note. And that house. We moved into our new place a few days later. It's bright, clean, modern. But I still don't sleep near air vents. And I never, ever assume I'm alone.